Award-winning talk radio from the station that brings you the world's best. On 1053 and 1089 AM, this is Talk Radio, the 1998 KPMG commercial radio station of the year.
What are we doing now?
Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to be mad to be on this show?
Yes.
You sound lovely, Nick. What do you look like?
Oh, blimey, here we go. It's a nutter. Him, her, or it? Him. Just checking. Oh, he took a long time to figure that out, though, didn't he? The Queen.
Hello?
I give my address to the presenter who answers the phone.
No, you should just give it out over the air.
It's West.
Wait a minute. Now then. Can't believe I just said that. This is all in the worst possible taste.
Nick Abbott.
We have assistants up our today, don't we? Blimey.
Drowning in them.
I know we are. It's like doing a show with an audience. There's more people in here than are listening to me on the radio. So we got Mike Hansen, who is the genius behind the controls, who screwed up royally last night. Let's see if I do better tonight.
When did I screw up?
And then there's...
I tried to invigorate the show. Kev was getting fat and lazy, and I thought we needed a new spark.
Yeah, getting. And then there's Emetic Andy, who does a tremendous job on the phones, who should be given relief he should be relieved from his duties this evening. And then there's Pop-Up Pete, who is a draftee in from another show.
He's my houseboy.
Is that a fact? And why is he called Pop-Up Pete? Don't tell me it's one of those schoolboy on the buses things. Every time he sees a mode of public transport, up pops Pete.
There you go. He's been drafted into help.
Into help doing...
Whatever it is we do.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. Like, what the hell is there to help with? And over and above that, we have somebody who's a complete stranger to all of us, who could actually be a genuine nutter. We've got no information about him whatsoever, and that's Dale. We'll have to come up with some sort of comic name for him before the evening is out. Who's here to fight with Pop-Up Pete as to who goes and gets our tea, because that's the only the job that's available at the moment, isn't it?
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, because
I'm sure I'll think of something.
Because God knows we're only on for 2 hours, but we get through about 5-6 cups of tea each.
At least.
Yeah. So the number is 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. It's Nick Abbott on Talk Radio, and I have a major, huge, enormous problem with the train system in this country. I have not had the pleasure of travelling on the trains since it all got broken up, since it ceased to be British Rail. God bless them. I haven't travelled the trains. I haven't been anywhere because I've been working 7 days a week and I haven't had a holiday. But I tried to organise a trip today, and I'm going to try and do this without mentioning any names, which is going to really twist me into all kind of knots. But it was so painful I can't even begin to tell you. I wanted to leave London and go to a destination not very far away, quite close, about an hour away, something like that. And so I call up one train company that says, oh yes, well we do that, but we can't send you the tickets through the post. You can't buy them over the phone because there won't be enough time to send you the tickets before you want to go. They say we can't guarantee that they'll be there, even though they could have sent them by snail and they would have got here on time. They said you'll have to go to Euston to pick up your tickets in person. And so I go to Euston, and there's a queue from here till next week. And so I join the back of the queue, and everybody in the queue is talking to each other, which never happens in Britain, right? You're in a lift, or you're in a queue, something like that, where a lot of people congregate who don't know each other. Everybody stays stum. Am I right? In this country, in America, they'll probably all be inviting each other over to their place to have a barbecue. But over here, where it's like stiff upper lip and all that sort of stuff, it's like get the hell away from me, or I'll kill you. But in this queue, everybody was talking to everybody else, and it was kind of like being in the Blitz. It must have been the same kind of thing that they had during the war. And the sole topic of conversation in this queue was how diabolically chronic the trains were that are run by the company that we were waiting to buy tickets for. And the people were aggravated because they'd been waiting like 30 minutes, to actually buy the ticket. They were aggravated because the trains were always late and they could never sit down, and they were filthy dirty, and just generally a complete shambles. And they were also doubly aggravated the fact that they didn't have a choice. They were screwed. If they wanted to go from A to B, then they had to use that train company. Otherwise, they could walk there. That was about their only other possibility. So they were furious. And I get to the front of the queue, and I said, right, I'd like to buy a ticket to, wherever I'm going. And the guy says, oh, no, we don't do that. You'll have to go to Victoria or Waterloo. I'm standing in Euston. And I'm having been standing there for 30 minutes, I'm ready to pull my hair out. I'm ready to pull my teeth out with a pair of pliers. And I say, well, I spoke to somebody at your company who was giving me train times that leave this station to go to where I want to go. So, not only did the person on the phone get the station wrong, but they were also just making it up. They were giving me fictitious times of a train that does not exist. So I am stunned, right? So I go back to my place of work, and I use the phone. I thought, I'll be smart, I'll call the railway company, and they give me, so I call up Director Inquiries, and they give me the general number, which is something like 0345 300 400, something like that. It's probably not quite right, but something like that. And they say, oh, we can't actually sell you a ticket over the phone, we can only tell you when they leave the station. That's another number you want for that. So I'm like, okay, what's the number? And they say, oh, you want to call 0345 484 950. And so I call 0345 484 950, and they say, oh, no, we don't do that. There's another number for tele-sales. You want to call 0345 300 700. So I call 0345 300 700, and they say, oh, this is the wrong station. You want to call another number at a different station. It's Victoria you want to go to. So they say, call 0345 000 125. So I call 0345 000 125, and they say, oh, no, that's not right. He says, we can't do that here. No. If you want to pay by credit card, then you'll have to call 0345 225 225. And so I call 0345 225 225, and they say, oh, this is the wrong company entirely. No, this is not the right number. You want to call 0345 225 226. And so I call 0345 225 226, and they say, well, we can't do that over the phone. You'll have to come down to the station to buy your ticket on the day you want to leave. In amongst all of this, I called 0345 225 225, and the operator says, you get one of these recorded messages, and she says, the number you have dialed is incorrect. Please redial, inserting a 1 after the 0. So I redialed, inserting a 1 after the 0, and I get a message, and the operator says, the number you have dialed is incorrect. Please redial, omitting the 1 after the 0. It was at that point that I thought, I'm going to kill myself or hire a car.
Nick Abbot on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Okay, let's take some balls. 0500 1053 89. The mic still sounds really, really crap here, Mike. More bottom, less top, more roundness and less sharp. I want to sound Shakespearean.
How's this?
That's
getting into very white territory here.
It's getting into what?
Very white territory.
White?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Very white.
Oh, Barry White.
Yes.
Okay.
My life.
Here's one in London. Hello, Vinny.
Hey, Nicky, you're so wacky, I'm going to have to whack you after the show myself, because my nephews, Vinny and Vinny, are out of town on business.
Mm-hmm. Here's one in Oxford. He's on a mobile. Hello, Cameron.
Hello?
Cameron.
Hello?
Am I going to have to move on, or are you going to say something other than hello?
No, we're coming up with nicknames for your guys.
Yeah.
Dale?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't got a nickname for him yet?
Dale Thrower. That's Dale Winton's brother, yeah.
Right. Emma?
Emma?
Emmerdale.
Emmerdale, okay. He's not happy with that.
He's not happy with that.
No. Is that it, or are you out of material, or is there more?
That's about it, really.
Okay, what a fabulous call, Cameron. 0500 1053 89. I'm still not completely satisfied with my mic position, Mike.
What's the matter with it
We'll
now?
do, I don't know, it just sounds odd. Do you want me to come in here and
Sounds fine out here.
EQ myself?
Sounds fine.
You mean I'm a trained professional, I should just work through it?
That's right.
Here's one in Wigan. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello there. I used to love trains when I was a kid. I used to absolutely adore them. I used to think it was a bee's knees.
So did I. And I used to go to, you know those bridges that go over trains in in the countryside, and you can look down the track and it all looks so romantic, gleaming sort of gold in the setting sun, and you'd wait there and wait there and wait there, and then finally a train would come underneath you, and it was the most exciting thing you've ever done in your life. I loved trains.
But now I'm a computer consultant, and I've been on a certain train service who happens to be run by a certain person who likes to fly a lot.
Right.
No, not mentioning any names.
Yeah.
And I'm a computer consultant, freelance computer consultant, often have to fix people's computers. And I've had the most hellish experience with National Rail inquiries. They've, every time you ring, you get a different story. You know, you might ring up, you think, that's a perfect train, I'll ring back again, and you get a different version of the same train journey, or it may not exist, or we'll check with the supervisor, we've never heard of that train before, I'll just look in the manual, and it doesn't exist, so you ring back again. Now the train that the second person told you doesn't exist for the third person, so the fourth person gets involved, and you're thinking, what's happening here? You're looking at your phone bill the following month, and you're thinking, I spent about 30 quid on the phone, I'm not making any money out of this anymore.
Jonathan, you're in the computer. This mic, I'm telling you, Mike, that you've got to do something with this microphone. I sound like I'm talking with my head in a bucket. Less bottom, more top, more natural. Let's do the. That sounds a lot better to me. Let's do the rehearsal on the air. Here's oh no, we're still with you, aren't we? I'm like, getting ahead of myself. You work in computers, can't you do all that stuff by remote control? I thought that's what computers are supposed to do to people's lives.
I worked for a company who were involved in sort of the old-fashioned payroll and accounting thing. They don't really like modern technology. So I train, or I go down and I fix people's computers.
Right, you fix people's computers so that people can get paid more efficiently?
Exactly.
Right, we'll give you a job here. Anybody been paid yet this month?
And basically, the last
No hands up. Not one single hand is up in there. No, seriously, anybody been paid this month? Hands up. Let me see.
I
show of
haven't been
hands.
paid for last month.
I mean, your services are desperately needed here, Jonathan.
Sounds like it. And basically, the last time I arranged to go down to London, I was told that there's a special ticket you get. It's £19 return. That had been booked up 7 weeks ago.
Okay, wait a minute. That's a £19 return from where?
From Wigan.
Wigan. Okay,
London.
Forgive me, mate, but how far away is Wigan?
Wigan's 235 miles.
And they want £19 return. I suppose that's not so bad.
That's very good, but you have to book 8 weeks in advance.
Yeah, of course you do.
Now,
8 weeks in advance.
I get a phone
8
call.
weeks in advance. I don't book a holiday 8 weeks in advance.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's the whole point. And so I rang them and said, are there any tickets? Yeah, we've got one in Liverpool. What time? 3:50 in the morning. So I have to ring my dad, beg, plead, because I don't drive. Will he take me round? Oh yeah, he'll take me round. He'll charge me 20 quid for the privilege. I'm losing money again.
Unbelievable. I didn't even get to the best part. I finally got a company that could take me to where I wanted to go. It was almost like via Bavaria. It was such a roundabout trip. But I wanted to book over the phone. I didn't want to actually have to go down to the station, which is totally out of my way, and then have to come back again, and so on and so forth. I thought, this is the late 90s. Blimey, it's the return of the millennium. You seriously telling me, I said to almost every single person I spoke to, that I can't pay for a rail ticket with a credit card? I mean, good grief, what can you not pay? What can you not buy with a credit card these days? Nothing. You can buy people with a credit card these days, as Mike informed me just the other day.
It's true, yes.
A couple of people a week you get through?
More or less, yeah.
We put them on your doorstep, and somebody takes away the empties.
That's right, yeah. Little guy in a little float twice by in the morning.
And every time the answer was no. You had to actually come down in person to the station to buy your ticket. And I'm thinking, this is insane. It would actually be easier to leave the country than it is to travel within it. I mean, think about that for just a moment. It would be easier for me to buy a ticket to go to Russia than it would be to buy a ticket to go to Bognor. I mean, think about the insanity of that. What the hell is going on here? And so I finally, after about 10 different people, I got a company, I couldn't believe it, that would accept buying me buying a ticket by the phone, the journey would have taken twice as long as if I had gone to an ordinary station, because it was like you first had to go around London via Edinburgh, and then they get you to where I wanted to go. And they said, oh yeah, you can buy the ticket here, and the train leaves from King's Cross, but you can't pick the tickets up at King's Cross. You have to go to another station, I'm not making this up, and pick the tickets up at a different railway station, and then travel to King's Cross and use the tickets to leave King's Cross on the train. And at that point, I thought, where's Jeremy Beadle? There must be a camera trained on me at some point, you know. It's just beyond a joke, like flat out not funny. And that's the beauty of having a radio show like this, is you can pour out your all your frustration. Although you notice that I have been very good in this respect, and I haven't mentioned one single company name.
Where would you begin?
Despite the fact that I should have dug them a great big hole and buried them up to their necks, and then covered them with jam and set ants on them. You can see that I've been thinking about this.
Oh, yeah. Have you red ants?
No, we can't get red ants. We've only got the grey ones, and you can't pick them up here because we don't deliver. 0500 1053 89. I don't want to talk about trains all night. I'll take a couple, but not many. Here's one in... Oops. Here he comes. On the 721 special. Is Omeish? Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
So, what's up, Omeish?
I'm not going to talk about trains. I'm going to talk about coaches.
Coaches?
About a similar kind of incident.
All right, you think you can get through without mentioning the company name?
Yep.
All right, congratulations. Good for you.
Anyway, I phoned up, and I asked if I could book it over the phone with a Visa card. So I phoned up, and I explained where I was going. I was going to Portugal. I was going to Porto in Portugal. And about 15 minutes later, I was waiting for ages, she came back and said, all the computers are down. I'll do it by hand. But we can't send it to you, because by the time we send it to you through the post, it might get lost in the post and might not get to you in time.
Right.
And I was leaving 2 days before New Year's Eve.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Right. So I said, okay, I'll pick it up. So I went down to Victoria Station to pick up the ticket, got there about an hour before it's supposed to leave, and I queued for about half an hour. And when I got to the end of the queue, they said, sorry, your ticket's not here.
What?
And I said, what are you talking about? Because I've paid it. I've paid for the ticket, and it's been taken out of the account, but the ticket's not there. So where is it? They said, you've got to go to another place. Within the station, but to another queue. So I went to this other queue.
And that really makes my blood boil. You get to the front of a queue, and there are probably two people sitting next to each other, and they say, well, no, I don't deal with that. It's like they can't make the 2-yard trip to go and, pick the ticket up from somebody else. You've got to, go join another queue. Like, it's beyond my ability to do that as a decent, upstanding human being. I
was in that queue for 20 minutes, and by this time, there's about 10 minutes left before the coach is going to go. So they haven't got the ticket. The first place I went to hasn't got the ticket, and there was another guy with me who did the same thing over the phone, booked it with a Visa card, and he couldn't find his ticket either. So they said to us, well, you're going to have to buy another one. And I said, no way, I've got money to go on holiday. I didn't bring the money here so I can buy another ticket. You've already taken the money from my account. So then they said, well, you're going to have to buy a ticket or the coach is going to go without you. Well, anyway, we started arguing, me and this other guy, and then the coach was leaving. It was actually leaving us behind. And I said, we started hollering and shouting, and they gave us a ticket to Paris. From Paris, they said, you have to make your own way. So they gave us a ticket to Paris.
Where was your final destination? What did you actually pay for? Portugal,
so
right,
once I got to Paris...
Well, at least it began with P.
I had to buy another ticket to get to Portugal.
You should sue them.
It ruined my week, because all the money
you should sue them into a black hole in space.
All the money I had to spend on my holiday, I had to then pay for buying a ticket. So once I got to Portugal, I had to then buy a ticket to come back, because obviously I didn't have my return ticket.
Unbelievable. A pox on all of their houses.
So all the money I had to spend...
Yeah, we heard you. You had a terrible time.
I was really pissed off. I was really pissed off.
Well, I think twice over, I think he said that he was really... what did he say it was? Oh, I forgot that we had a problem with this one. This is Spanish music. Can I request that this be re-recorded? Or would that be asking too much? So I have got to cheer up, because I get the black... Never mind about the red mist. Like Dennis Wise gets the red mist in front of his eyes. I'm getting the black mist. Like I just want to crawl into a corner and flat out die. And all it was I wanted a damn ticket to take me on a 50-minute journey out of London. That's all. And I end up having to kill myself. Here's one in...
after the break.
After the break, he says.
Conversation and information. Talk Radio giving you award-winning talk 24 hours a day. Free call 0500 1053 89. Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
Yes? Right. Oh, good.
I like it when she says,
Oh, good.
0500 1053 89. It's a free call. And I think that the British Rail, you know, they've just started doing those American way of remembering numbers here. Because each number on your phone is assigned 3 letters. So you can make up a word with your phone number now. And that's an easy way of remembering it in the States, instead of all those, trying to buy an 0800 5000 number, something that's easily rememberable, or it's easy to remember. They'll make words, and that should be, like that last advert says, that should be British Rail's new number, is 0500 give up. 0500 try any other form of transport, please, because we're out. All the lines are busy. An operator might answer your call whenever he's damn well ready. Or not. We don't know. Oh. But the thing with the thing that really made me think I have entered the twilight zone, and I swear to God this happened, I dialed 0345 225 225, and the operator said, and I'm going to say it again, I don't care, you never repeat, but I'm going to, because I still haven't got my head around this. And I got one of those operator messages that said, please redial, inserting a 1 after the 0. This is the most bizarre thing that has ever happened to me. And just kind of capped my morning. Because this wasn't at the beginning. If it was at the beginning, then I could have sailed past this. Right. I'd have thought I've made a mistake, I'd have thought. Mm-hmm. But because it happened at the end, like I've gone through all of this grief and I still haven't got my damn tickets, I'm still going to have to show up in person and buy tickets probably to a train that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And when the train gets there, they will have moved the town, so something. I don't believe I'll actually get there alive. And the operator said, insert a 1 after the 0 and redial. And so I inserted the 1 after the 0 and dialed it again. And the operator message says, please, you've made a mistake, please redial, omitting the 1 after the 0.
That's confusing.
Confusing? People have gone mad for less than this. They're actually dribbling in insane asylums for, less than this.
Exactly. Yeah, probably the guy who made the schedule.
Yeah, I should be sitting in a corner sucking my toes, having gone through this.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't want to talk about this all night because it'll be just like one nightmare. It'll be like standing in the queue waiting to buy the tickets, one nightmare tale after the next. But we'll take a few because it's obviously got your goats too. Here's one in Amersham. Hello, Tim.
Hi, man. How you doing?
Okay.
Right. So the answer: go to the internet and look up for the British Rail timetables.
The British Rail timetable is on the internet? No, I prefer to get all my tales of fiction from the library, but thanks
Well, no,
anyway.
it actually works. I'll tell you how it happens. You get the right information, then you phone up the 0345 number, and they will obviously tell you completely the other thing.
Right.
And then you just correct them, and you feel terribly embarrassed.
That's a great idea, Tim. You call it, you dial up the internet, you get a printout of the timetable,
Exactly.
and then you call the 0345 number,
and
you
feel
tell
like
them...
real schmucks at the end of it.
Yeah, you tell them whatever information it is they're supposed to have.
Exactly, but they don't pay me, unfortunately.
Incredible. Okay, thanks a lot, mate.
Okay, man.
That's a good idea. That's what we should do. We should say to those souls, I'll come round to your office and take over, because you obviously haven't got the faintest idea what's going on. It's a little later on, in about an hour and a half's time, we've got a nice story about Tarzan, don't we? Is that actually going to happen? Tarzan's
I have
walking...
every confidence that it'll...
Really? You have every confidence?
Yeah.
An operator is waiting to take your call, but is busy at the moment.
Yes. Oh, well, I'm dialing the number now for the monkeys.
So we're going to have a little story about Tarzan. He's walking through the jungle and he comes across a lion he's never seen before. And it's a little bit scary. So if there's anybody under the age of like
I know,
16...
I'm scared. Probably for different reasons.
If there's anybody under the age of 60... It's a little scary. It's also a little racy. I don't know if we better make it right to the edge of 9 o'clock. So if there's any kids listening... Of course, most of the people working on this show are under 16.
Yeah, that's
So we better send them out. We better send them to bed at about 8:30, just to make sure that they're tucked up in bed asleep. What is the average age on this show? I think if you added together everybody that's through that glass, there's 4 people, you wouldn't come up with my age.
Probably not.
Well, thanks a lot. That's just the support I need after the day I've had. Were you a bar steward in a previous job? Here's one in Newcastle. Hello, Barry.
Hello, Nick.
Oh, blimey. Yes, Barry.
Hello, Nick. A very simple question to you. Why can't we have British Rail back?
It's too late. They've sold it.
But can't they resell it back?
It was a very simple question from a very simple man, and I want you to...
I'm not a simple man, but if I had British Rail back, then I could go to my local station, buy my ticket, ring up the station involved, and find out the time of the train.
Well, now you're just being unreasonable, Barry. You're asking for too much, but thanks anyway. 0500 1053 89. Can we have priority for people who don't want to talk about trains because we're going to get overwhelmed? Here's one in Gateshead. Hello, George.
Hello.
George.
Yeah. Is that Nick?
It sounds like me, yeah.
Oh, well, I'm pleased to hear that. I recognise your voice there. You've got a problem with the trains, are you?
I have a major problem with the trains, George.
Now, why is that? Because the man who's just been on before now, he's spoken a little bit of sense there. Because I used to do that when I used to come up on leave. I would go straight down to Newcastle Central Station, know what train's going where, how much, and what time. No problem. Now we got a different situation. People are complaining all the time, well, especially on this little program there, what I can hear, and quite rightly so. But why don't you point the finger at the people who caused all this? And it's a little bunch of cowboys who sold it all away in the last government.
That's right. They're a little bunch of cowboys called the Conservative government. You could put your finger right on the nail there.
I would not even mention the word.
Well, you couldn't even spit it out?
I wouldn't even...
Go on, George.
Do it.
Say the word Tory. You can spit that out for us.
I wouldn't even come to that bloody word either.
It wouldn't pass your lips.
They are the people who done all this because I think they're all going on the board of directors and things like that.
Well, that's a very libelous thing for you to say, George.
Anyway, they sue me because I've got no internet. All I've got is a phone here which might be cut off tomorrow because I can't get my train on time. George, but really, Nick, no, in all seriousness, you know, they're the people that they should be blaming. I mean, the way things are going now, what I could hear on the programme, it's just complaints, and it looks like it's coming on the present situation with the government. In time, they probably get it right, but we've been screwed out with this one. I mean, you take it for the British Rail, the water, electricity, and everything.
He's got a list.
They sold just about everything on.
George.
And what we're doing, we're running around.
George.
Yes, sir.
I understand your problem. I understand where you're coming from. In a nutshell.
Well, I'm pissed off.
Is that about it? 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. It's one in Tunbridge Wells. Hello, Mick.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
All right.
Great. Hey, that punk rock era, wasn't it good?
Blimey, talk about your a twist and turn. You need a roadmap to keep up with you, Mick. Yes, it was good. Naturally.
Do you remember the Anti-Nowhere League?
Vaguely. I didn't possess any of their records, but yes, the name sticks.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you might remember him. There was a local band to Tunbridge Wells, and I used to watch them whenever I could. Great stuff. Well, I remember when they played in the Astoria. We were all diving off the stage and going crazy. It was, you know.
You sound like a wild and crazy guy, Mick. What did you end up doing for a job?
Oh, I'm a postman.
A postman?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we like our postmen sane. You're not thinking of walking into the post office with a machine gun and wiping everybody out, are you?
Well, not yet.
Your favourite song isn't I Don't Like Mondays, is it?
No.
Okay, glad to hear it, Mick. Thanks a lot. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. It's a freak all, I think, is the operative phrase on this show. Here's one in Fife. Couldn't be nicer. Hello, Cam.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
All right.
A story. I was living down in London, and my girlfriend, she was coming down from Glasgow to visit me for the weekend, and offered to pay for her flight. So I then took the money out of my own bank account and tried to pay the money into, her bank in London, a branch of her bank in London.
Yeah.
And I walked in with cash and paid it directly into her account, and I says to the girl, assume she's going to be able to draw on this straight away to pay for the flight. She goes, no, it's going to take 3 days to clear.
What?
So I handed her cash, and she's sitting in front of like a PC, or it's linked up, and she couldn't transfer cash into an account 399 miles away in 1996.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
No, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. I said, can I speak to the manager? She said, what about? I said, this is cash I'm handing over here, It's like...
And what did they do? The manager call the police?
No, it was policy. Now, I mean, this was...
You sound like a troublemaker to me, Ken.
Not at all, no. A fine, upstanding member.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
You have a fine Never mind.
That was it, Nick.
Okay, well put and precedently placed on this programme. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Can we have a few fewer whiners? If you want to whine on the radio, get your own show. Here's one in Southampton. Hello, Tony.
Yeah, Nick.
Tony.
Yeah, I've been trying to pay a direct debit thing, like for a music company, and I ring up the number, and it asks me to put me a membership number, so I say all that. And then it says, after each bleep, give your debit card number. So I do all that, and then at the end, I think they go and loop me. They say, I'm sorry, but I don't think you understand what you're doing. And it says, try again, so it gives me another number.
So wait a minute. So in other words, you're dialing it up like that, and you're getting nowhere. Is that what you're saying? Did I lose you? I think I did. Oh well, that was going nowhere anyway. 0500 1053 89. I can't speak and try dialing and keep callers online at the same time. I'm only human. Please give us a break. Here's one in London. Hello, Maria. Maria.
I want to follow suit like all your other listeners and make a passionate attack on capitalism.
Yeah.
What's that music in the background? Right, okay.
You're Maria, right?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Okay, well, do you not feel pretty, Maria?
I feel pretty. Oh, I feel beautiful.
Do you feel witty?
I do, I feel very witty. Yeah, but I'm afraid I was going to whinge, but I'll try not to whinge. I'll try and make a reasonable debate instead, right?
So you're saying that in old speak, you don't feel pretty, witty, and gay?
I do. Yes, I do. I feel very gay tonight, but anyway. What I was going to say was, the other day I saw an advert for the recordable mini disc, right?
Yeah.
And it just seems a bit unfair, right? Now, people had to, sacrifice their record collection for the CDs, and now we've all we're all being pestered to get rid of CDs because we want a recordable mini disc, right?
Don't be daft, dear. First of all, you were never pestered to get rid of your albums. People still have albums.
I do listen to albums, right?
So
but it just seems a bit much because, the music industry is allegedly in crisis now and all that.
It is.
And, haven't you heard all the debates going on at the moment? But, of course it's in crisis because they're expecting, huge amounts of money from people.
Nonsense, they're not in crisis. They're making an enormous amount of money, dear.
Well, they seem to think there is a crisis because... Okay, yeah. Okay.
I mean, the music industry is propped up by these people alone.
I know. Well, they seem to think they're in crisis because they're making, 100 billion instead of, 2,000 billion or something.
Yeah, trust me, Maria, no one is suggesting that you give up your CDs for recordable mini discs. That's a different... recordable mini discs are replacing cassettes, dear.
Yeah, but they could do the recordable CD, which they do have the technology to give us, but they've obviously kind of forgot about that one.
No, the recordable CDs are coming in, and they're going to be. You'll be able to record off your TV and everything. It'll be great. I can't wait. I mean, because let's face it, video recorders, they're old clunky great things that look like 8 tracks. They look like 8 tracks parents. They're so big. I mean, that is like Stone Age technology. Let's get rid of them, especially as we've got digital TV coming in. I flat out can't wait for that. Mine's on order already. Can you imagine how fabulous that's going to be, Maria? You'll be able to watch for.
So you're looking forward to the next century then?
Yeah, without actually seeing 30 players on the pitch because of all the snow and the ghosting.
Although the train companies seem to be somewhere in the mid-19th century at the moment.
Blimey, you've got a list of moans, haven't you? CDs, albums, recordable discs, and trains.
Trying to, kind of bring all the different conversations together.
You want to be...
wittiness, intelligence, and a bit of gaiety.
Well, where's the wit in what you've been talking about, dear? You want to cheer yourself up a bit?
I'm very happy, thank you
You
very
are?
much.
Are you full of happiness?
Yeah, are you going to psychoanalyse me now, are you?
Well, maybe I will. Are you full of happiness?
I'm full of something. As you are too.
Okay, well, I couldn't have said it better myself, Maria. You certainly are full of something. 0500 1053 89. We're going away.
Talk Radio. Your views, your alls, your commercial radio station of the year. On 1053 and 1089 AM. Nick Abbott.
You know, you'd think that he's helping you, but he's hurting you.
Don't say ho. Hey. So far, Mike. Yes, sir. You are failing this test.
Am I? What have I failed? Done nothing wrong yet?
You just screwed up that ad. You played didn't you?
No, I was experimenting. See,
it's experimental radio.
No, it's not me.
You should have told me.
It's these engineers. These
yes.
boobs who call themselves technical geezers.
Yeah.
They come, I walk in the studio for the show to set stuff up, and 3 of them are under the desk doing only they know what they're doing, and I hear this. What's this? Well, I don't know. Pull it out and we'll see. And this is 15 minutes before the show.
Now, wait a minute. This is how many are under there?
3 of them.
It sounds like they're playing you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Pull it out and we'll see. What does that mean?
I was afraid to ask. I ran screaming from the studio.
You did?
Well, near enough.
Everybody calls you a screamer in the building.
Do they?
Did you run screaming down the corridor?
Well, it's more like
with your hands in the air like this.
Like I was on The Price is Right.
I watched The Price is Right the other day. I can't believe it's still on. I had the TV on in another place, like they say in the Houses of Parliament, in another place.
Yeah.
And there he was, bounding out in a bright blue suit.
So I'm thinking the American one.
Winton.
Does he do Price is Right? I thought he did supermarket.
Oh, that's right,
shopping.
Supermarket sweep. I was thinking The Price is Right. No, The Price is Right is something else, isn't it? What's that?
Well, that's when you run down and you bid on things.
Well, who does that?
I don't know. I'm thinking the American one. Well, Bob Barker does it in America.
Who?
Bob Barker.
We're not in America now.
Yeah, but
in fact, we're not even in Canada.
You're a devotee of American culture. You know everything about America.
Bob Barker.
Yeah, I thought you at least know Bob Barker.
Well, I guess I fail in this respect. you and me, we're both failures.
That was miserable, isn't it?
Right, here is one in... I do have, by the way, a top 10 list, which is a shameless David Letterman ripoff. And I don't know whether this is too American. You know what Amish people are?
Yeah.
Well, I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else know what Amish people are? Pop-Up Pete, our hormonally challenged teenager, has got no idea.
I'm afraid not, no.
No?
No idea at all.
How about Emetic Andy? Do you know what an Amish person is?
Do you know what an Amish person is, Andy?
No. Scottish? Amish?
Scottish. Oh, blimey. Is this the best that we could do? Is this the pool of talent that I have to work with? Now, I've sent Dale, the youngest member of what is loosely called a team, away to make me a cup of tea. You think that, what do you expect on a scale of 1 to 10 and come back with?
Well, considering he doesn't know where he doesn't know where the kitchen is.
Oh, really? Well, we'll probably never see him again. Here is one in Birmingham. Hello, Mary.
Hello?
Mary.
Hello, I want to tell you about a funny thing. I'm not going to whinge about it because it was my own fault. I listened to a radio that told me some place was open 24 hours. So I walked up there at 12 and it was closed. So I won't believe them again.
A 24-hour shop.
It was closed.
It was
at
closed.
12 o'clock at night.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was true.
Thanks a lot, Mary.
Thank you.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. When I was in Luxembourg, which is the world's most boring capital city, I'm not making it up, there was a sandwich shop that closes for lunch. Here's one in Sunderland. Hello, Peter.
Nick.
Peter.
Middle word of life is if.
The middle word of life is if. That's right. Surrounded by le.
If only Mick hadn't screwed up the last ad break, he wouldn't be getting his P45 at the weekend.
I know.
Goodbye.
Brief and, barely worth it. 0500 1053 89. Free call. Here's one in London. Paul. Paul.
Hello, Nick.
Yes,
how you
Paul.
doing?
All right.
Yeah, good stuff. Accents.
Accents.
Regional accents. It's like a mathematical equation, yeah? Attractiveness of women is in direct proportion into that regional accent.
What you just said doesn't make any sense, Paul.
It does.
In direct proportion to their regional accent. What does that mean?
Well, you see, right, a South London accent in a woman is completely unattractive, whereas, like, a Northern Irish accent is very attractive in a woman.
A Northern Irish accent? I don't think that's a nice accent at all. A Southern Irish accent, which has like a little soft lilt to it, that's nice. But Northern Irish, that's like Glasgow accent. It's kind of brittle and sharp.
No, it's nice.
Are you sure you actually know what you're talking about, Paul?
I do.
Well, why do you specify Northern Irish?
Well, or maybe it's because, like, I was...
Maybe it's because you're a Londoner?
Yeah.
That you love London town? Oi!
Yeah.
I think you've got that wrong, Paul. You want to check your facts, mate. A Southern Irish accent has a nice brogue and lilt to it. It's an attractive, like a Northern Scottish accent, rather than that kind of sort of Glasgow outskirts of Edinburgh thing that they've got going on, which is sharp and brittle.
Yeah.
And so it's the Southern Irish that sounds nice.
Well, all right then, I'll go along with that. That's,
Right, so there was a wrong country then, Paul, but apart from that...
area.
You are absolutely right in every respect.
Globally.
Yes, correct hemisphere. 0500 1053 89. Free call. We're going to go away and come back. Oh, hey, are you still there, Paul? No, he's gone. I'm going to have to check with people whether they know what Amish people are. Oh, blimey, I asked for a tea, and Dale, our new assistant, come back with like 6.
I think there's more tea here than there's actual people.
Yeah. What is going on there?
Just put it over there.
We have a tea. I think he's too keen.
Yes, that always makes me nervous.
Yeah, somebody should explain to him where we actually are. You're supposed to sort of wander around as though you just flat out don't care. Then you'll fit in more. All right, so it's 0500 1053 89. I really want to do this top 10 things about Amish teenagers. Top 10 signs that you're having problems with your Amish teenager. Because it's funny, but if nobody knows what an Amish person is, then it's absolutely pointless. It is rather American, this one, but it's something I've been carrying around with me for a long time, and I'd like to get it off my chest. Would you mind that?
No, actually, I'd rather you just amused me for the rest of the evening, and don't worry about the rest of the...
Okay, well, the hell with the show. We'll just go down the pub.
That's right.
Screw them. They're not they're only calling in their dribs and drabs anyway. The hell with this audience. 0500 1053 89, and we're going away to come back.
Nick Abbot on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Oh, 500 1053 89 with the emphasis on O this evening. Here's one in Mid Glamorgan. Let's speak to a bloke called Leighton. Hello.
Hiya, Nick. How you doing?
All right, thanks.
Okay, well, listen, I've been listening to the show. Great stuff. The question is about Amish people.
Yeah, Amish
people, yeah. They're like a colony of people who live in one of the states in North America.
A colony.
Who originally from Germany, and refuse of anything that's all to do with the 20th century.
Are they German? I thought it was Dutch.
German it is. They speak a dialect of High German.
Well, come in here, Mike, because you used to be an Amish person yourself.
Oh, I just had the beard.
That's obviously where you acquired those clothes.
The hats I like.
But they're Dutch, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they're Dutch.
Yeah, I'm sure they're Dutch too.
They're German, they are.
No, I think they're Dutch, Leighton.
Do you want to fight?
Yeah, I mean...
If they're Dutch, why do they speak a dialect of High German?
I don't know, Leighton, but put the phone down and I'll meet you outside your place.
Right,
0500 1053 89. Can I have a dictionary in here, please? Straight away. I need to look up the word Amish. And, we've got one already to hand. Unbelievable. Why did Sick Boy have to put his thing down? He's the one that's doing all the work here.
Well, the others are watching and learning this.
Are they? Okay, let's take a poll so far. Pop up, Pete. What have you learnt so far? Oh, he's not even... He's learnt so little that he's not even listening on headphones. Incredible. This is the assistance that we get. No wonder that Ian Collins walks around with like a scowl on his face all the time. Is this the assistance that he gets on his show?
He doesn't scowl. He's the happiest man I've ever met.
Well, that's amazing. He must be on morphine.
Morphine?
Because the pain must be incredible.
No, Ian's very happy. And, of course, you can hear him Tuesdays to Fridays, 1 a.m. to 5 on Talk Radio.
Are you advertising other shows on this one now?
No. Of course not. I'm just...
You're saying that Ian Collins is full of happiness? Happiness. The greatest said. And the thing is, this is the important part, with more than my share of. And that's why he's smiling all the time. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Let's look up Amish in the dictionary. MNOPQRSQVWXYZ. Oh no, I started halfway through, and there isn't anything after Z, but I've got like most of the song left. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Is that not the way you learned the alphabet at your place? MNOPQ?
No, we learned the proper way.
What does that mean?
The A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, well, whatever it is. I can't quite remember the melody.
Oh, you must be able to remember. That's one of the great mnemonic devices of your age. Everybody learns the alphabet a special way. Sing the alphabet to me.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, I'm looking up this word. I can't look up a word and speak at the same time. That's a physical impossibility. Not even Dr. Pepper could come in here and do both of those things at the same time.
Can't we have a musical interlude instead?
A musical interlude. Okay, what would you actually like to hear? I think that this would fit in so far. Ammunition, amid, Amish. Okay, relating to an ultra-conservative branch of the Mennonite Church, formed around 1693, some American sects of which insist on strict dress and behavior codes for its members. Named after the Swiss Anabaptist leader Jacob Ammon. So we were all wrong. They're Swiss. Yeah. Well, that's those damned Swiss again. Somebody should pick a fight with the Swiss and, launch an all-out attack, don't you think?
Well, because geographically they're positioned perfectly to be ganged up on. They're right in the dead center.
I know, and seriously, what the hell have the Swiss ever given us? Chocolate, we can get that from Belgium, and cuckoo clocks. That's reason enough to launch a strike now.
Oh, I agree.
Cuckoo clocks. Not what I was going to say, but cuckoo clocks.
Yeah.
Yes. Never leave out the L. So Amish, they're Swiss, and they insist on strict dress sense and behavior codes. They don't allow radios, they don't allow televisions. Basically, they don't allow anything that has been invented after the 1600s. So there's no electricity.
No,
nothing.
Nothing. They don't know how to have fun.
No, they and what they do for fun is they make barns. They seem to. No, they seriously do. They all gather. It must be a rich and warming thing for a kid to grow up in, because everybody loves everybody else. Not literally. That's another sect entirely. Mostly out in California, where they all arrange themselves in a heap. But
in a heap?
Yeah, big piles of writhing bodies. I'll draw you a picture later. In fact, I've got a couple of pictures in my pocket right now. Yeah, I'll give you the video. No, but they erect barns for each other, and they have a barn raising, where everybody in the village gets together and raises a barn for whoever needs them. There's barns everywhere,
That's strange.
That's right. You run out of space in your barn, and they'll just erect you another one.
A whole barn?
Yeah, of course. Well, have you ever thought...
I saw that, actually, in a film once.
Have you ever thought in your flat that there's just no room to put all of your stuff? Wouldn't it be great if a bunch of your friends came around and erected you a barn? Wouldn't that be great?
I would love that.
Of course. Of course, there's no cupboards in the barn, so you just have to stuff everything it's like willy-nilly.
Yeah.
But they're not worried about that, because there's no thievery or anything like that. No lock and key or any of that jazz.
Exactly.
So maybe I'll do that. Top 9 signs, because one of them is too American. Absolutely nobody would get it. So the top 9 signs that you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. Would that be a good thing to do? We also have a really racy story about Tarzan who's walking through the jungle. I'm still not sure that we should actually broadcast this on the radio. Like midnight. We should put it on after. We should put it on Ian Collins' show when no one's listening.
Everyone listens to me. I'll not have a word spoken against them.
I didn't mean that. So it's 0500 1053 89. I'm going to talk to Lee and Ian and Anne and whoever else calls during the break. Of course, we've got some most news with Nikki the newsreader, which is coming up as soon as I stop speaking.
Actually, it's Maria. She's still here.
It is?
Award-winning talk radio across the UK on 1053 and 1089 AM. KPMG Commercial Radio Station of the Year.
What are we doing now?
Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have to be mad to be on this show?
Yes.
You sound lovely, Nick. What do you look like?
Oh, blimey. Here we go. It's a nutter. Him, her, or it? Him. Just checking. Oh, he took a long time to figure that out, though, didn't he? The Queen.
Hello. I give my address to the presenter who answers the phone.
No, you should just give it out over the air.
It's West.
Wait a minute. now then. Can't believe I just said that. This is all in the worst possible taste.
Nick Abbott.
What was the name of that newsreader?
Maria.
She's very good.
Lovely.
Doesn't like me.
Yeah, what was that noise under my weather? See, Nikki bottled out, I think. The samosa news scared her.
Do you think so? Is that why she didn't show up?
I think so.
Because she couldn't find any samosa news?
No.
That's right. She should never show her face in this building again until she comes up with some samosa news.
Exactly.
Although we do love Nikki the newsreader. How can you not love Nikki the newsreader?
Exactly.
Everybody say flash. Quick. Ah! Weak. Really weak. Should we do it again? No, let's not. 0500 1053 89. It's a free one. Here's one about Amish people. They just won't go away. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Oh. It's Ian from Plumstead here.
Is it?
Yes. You wanted to know about the Amish, and you found out all about it now.
The Amish people, yeah. What do you know?
What do I know? Well, one thing, did you know that in Switzerland they speak French, German and Italian? So he probably was a German speaker from Switzerland. But I think you'll find that they are mainly from Holland/Germany. And Deutsch, the Germans speak Deutsch.
And let's face it, who doesn't want to stroke a Dutch? Holland, stroke Germany?
Yeah, why
stroke
not?
A German or a Dutch? Yeah, sure, why not?
You don't like Switzerland, yeah?
Where? Do I not like Switzerland? I don't know. There's nothing to like or dislike about it. It's just there.
Right, okay. You might be interested to know that during the Second World War, the Swiss got very upset because the Americans kept missing bombing targets in the German cities and kept bombing Swiss targets.
Really? Maybe that's why they kept all the gold.
I think they kept all of the gold because they knew a good thing when they saw it.
Because they could keep all of the gold, yeah.
Exactly, yes, and they don't want to give it. They don't want to give it back. Why should they?
Who would? Yeah.
Exactly, especially them being very rich people. Have you ever heard of the Shakers?
The Shakers, yes.
You have?
In, out, shake it all about, yeah. No. They make really deeply dull and boring furniture, don't they? And charge the earth for it. I don't know how they get away with it.
Yeah, Oprah Winfrey is a very big shaker furniture.
Well, every time she moves, she shakes. She sits down, and 2 minutes later, she's still shaking.
Yes, her size does go up and down somewhat, doesn't it? All the time. Right, anything else you want to know?
No, that's it, Ian.
All right, okay, thanks a lot then.
0500 1053 89. It's a free one, so I might do that top 10 Amish things, and Mike seems to have disappeared again. What the hell is going on there?
He's preparing production stuff.
He is. Now we're down to a skeleton staff of only 4 people on the one show. So we got Pop-Up Pete, who is so named because of Schoolboy Travels on the Bus.
That's right. No, it's not really, but...
Isn't it? Why do they call you Pop-Up Pete?
I don't know, it's just something Ian made up on the spur of the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's stuck. The name, that is.
Oh, I see. Not right, okay. I shan't finish that sentence, but I'm checking the clock. It's only 8:10, so I'll restrain myself. There's Emetic Andy, who seems to be taking a break.
We're just saying something, but it'd be nice.
That's good. Answer some of these people. They've got every line ringing, but it's almost like them ringing up a railway company to get a ticket. Hello, no one's answering. And then there's Dale, who is in to do... what is it that you've done so far? You've got me a lukewarm tea.
I've made the tea, Nick.
A lukewarm tea, that was nice.
Did you lukewarm? It was hot. I put my finger in it to test.
So that's the only thing you put in. Here's one in Southend. Hello, Lee.
Right, Nick.
Lee.
Just like to say, right, you know punk music, I think it's coming back. But all the signs are there, like crappy government, rubbish music, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it's coming back, Millennium?
It's going to repeat on us? Yeah, it's perhaps. 0500 1053 89. It's a free one. Here's one in Tunbridge. Jackie.
Hello, Nick.
Hello, Jackie.
Yeah, I'm fine. Another quick one about the Amish people.
Didn't ask. Yes.
Yeah, it's the Anglo-Amish people.
The Anglo-Amish people?
Yeah, they only shave under one arm. Sorry. Sorry.
That was really weak, Jackie.
I know. Terrible, isn't it? Never mind.
There was a big build-up for a big letdown.
Oh well, never mind. I'll go now.
Better luck next time.
I'll go.
0500 1053 89. So maybe I'll do these top 10 signs that you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. What I'll need is a drum roll. Do we have the technology to give me a drum roll? You don't have to find it right now, because I'm not going to do it immediately, and everybody's like scrambling and they're in a heap trying to see who can get it first. It's like a rugby scrum in there. Do we have a drum roll? We do. Fabulous. So top 10 signs, except I'm going to omit one because nobody will understand it because it's too American. So top 9 signs you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. Not yet. Not now. Later.
There now follows an important announcement. James Whale has been asked to be a little nicer to his callers. However, we'd rather leave him alone, to just get on with it.
The French are such lousy cooks that what do? They swamp their food in thick sauces so the taste of the food they cooked cannot be discovered.
Oh, James.
You silly, ignorant, talentless, yobbish-sounding, thick, banal, hasty, smelly, halitoticized, ignorant, useless, inadequate member of the human race.
Oh, James. I mean, would you like to tackle him? James Whale, tonight from 9 on award-winning Talk Radio. You and another 2.8 million listeners can't help but get involved.
Anoraks. Email Nick now.
Abbot at talk-radio.co.uk.
I never actually get the emails, but you can go ahead and send them anyway. The fax number is 0541 59 69 79. You can dial our all singing, dancing, shaking fax machine. If you send too many pages, it'll probably shake itself off the table. It's like Neanderthal technology. And the phone number, because that's what this is about, is a free call, 0500 1050 389. And they were talking on the news about they had a race going on, some sort of athletics meet. And I'm thinking, who cares, seriously, about athletics? It's the big deal of sporting excellence is the ability to run in a straight line. And that's it. It's not like football where you must be, fit and multi-skilled and, to think strategy and all that sort of jazz. I can understand why those people get paid, absolute fortune, and people want to go along and see them because you never know what's going to happen. With a 100-meter dash, you know exactly what's going to happen. A bunch of blokes who look seriously hopped up on every chemical under the sun are going to run in a straight line really, really fast. And that's it. Or a guy is going to run and jump really far into a sandpit. And that's it. And I'm thinking, how could anybody be remotely interested in this kind of minutiae skill that they train and train and train and train and train to do the same thing? It's like I go away and train for 5 years to twiddle my thumb, but I can do it really well. Why don't we get 10,000 people to come in and watch me do that? Or I can crack the bones in my neck, but I do it brilliantly. So let's have an audience. I'm thinking, is anybody in there remotely interested in athletics, field events? Like, here's people who will take a big round lump of iron and they'll throw it away. And that's something for people to look at. Am I hallucinating or am I completely wrong about this? Because I just don't get it. Or there'll be a bunch of emaciated, freakish-looking people who look like they've never eaten a meal in their lives who will run around town. And then 3 hours later, they'll come back into the stadium. And that's an event for people to watch. It's like, I'm confused. And then in another part of the stadium, there'll be people who are throwing a big long stick with a point on the end. And you think that this is stuff that kids would do. This is like children's games. Why don't we have, competitive mud pie making? Athletics, there can't be anybody who's genuinely interested in that, apart from the people who are taking part. And they're kind of so blinkered and close-minded, because that's what they've done since they were a kid. They actually found something that they were good at, running in a straight line. Yeah, I'm really great at that. That's all they've done, and they kind of been focusing on it their entire lives. So I can understand that they're, obsessed with it, but that people want to pay good money to go and see somebody run in a straight line. I mean, that seems insane to me. And yet that's what's in the news. And you look at the back sport pages, and the football has been held that the way because some bloke runs in a straight line really fast. And I'm thinking, no, you must be joking. So anyway, here's one in Bristol. Hello, Steve. Steve.
Hiya, Nick.
Yes, Steve. Turn the radio down because you're hearing what happened on this station 7 seconds ago.
It's not me, it's my friend next door to me who just pulled up quite upset because he's actually listening to you, and he used to do athletics in the army.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's a little bit peeved at the moment.
Well, no, I can understand the use of athletics in the army because running away really fast, I can understand how that would come in useful. Or, throwing the hand grenade in a precise place. Those skills I can understand, but I wouldn't want to come and see him do it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just about being fit in order to vanquish the enemy.
That's right. The guy's absolutely obsessed. I mean, he drives his car like he would be driving a tank. He comes into the office like he would be throwing a javelin. He throws his pens down on the floor and all sorts of things. The reason I rang in was this is the first time I've ever heard talk radio. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and you sound like Steve Wright.
Oh,
me, anyway.
Well, that's the most positively the most depressing thing I've ever heard. Thanks a lot, mate. Oh, get a new radio. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. What the hell is he talking about? Is he talking about the American deadpan comedian? Let's hope so. Here's one in London. Hello, Len.
Oh, hello, Nick.
Len,
Nick,
you must be 70 years old.
Why?
Well, anybody who's called Len has got to be ancient.
I've never liked that name, even when I was a kid. And do you know what my middle name is? No, you don't. It's
Bennett.
Z-E-F-F. I mean, my parents must have had a great sense of humour.
Lenny Zeff.
I hate it. I've never ever liked it. Anyway, listen.
What's your last name? I hesitate to ask.
Shall I tell you? Jacobson. And I'll tell you something else.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah. This is even more scary.
You're not Christian, are you?
No, I'm not.
No, of course not.
I look exactly like Steven Spielberg. People keep stopping me and telling me.
Right.
Isn't it depressing?
Well, I don't know, Steven Spielberg.
Why couldn't I look like Brad Pitt or something?
Well, that's just the breaks, Len.
Why I found out, I'll tell you what, Nick. And they've obviously come back from their holiday, these people, but they just can't let go of the holiday. They're walking around the high street with, their swimming trunks on and no top.
Excuse me?
And they're doing their shopping, they're in Marks and Spencer.
No, Len. No, nobody's walking around the high street
they are.
Of any city in this country in their swimming trunks.
I am talking to you from Hackney.
Are you talking about actual Speedo trunks, or are you talking about great voluminous shorts?
They look like boxer shorts, but they're obviously swimming trunks. I've seen loads of them. And they think they're still in, Mallorca or wherever it is they came from.
Been to Majorca?
Majorca. And what about... Did you hear about Bill Clinton? He was going to buy Monica a present.
Here we go.
And he thought...
Dump it just in case. Thanks a lot, Len. You're sailing way too close to the wind, and you're going to have to say goodbye.
Bye, Nick.
Bye-bye. We just had to dump him. Mike was all in a... Can I describe it as being a tiz? You were reading my faxes. What is this, like being in prison now? I don't get my own mail? Well, what kind of a fascistic Nazi regime are we running here?
Well, I think they're addressed to me, actually. That's what I was reading.
Oh, right.
Well, you see a big stamp, Mike Hansen for Prime Minister. I don't know which country, but...
I'm amazed that somebody who wrote that could actually operate a fax machine.
Well, it's actually made an official stamp and everything. Well, it's pretty switched on, I think.
Insane. I'd leave by the back entrance. Where are you?
Is there a back entrance?
Yep.
So I never leave the building these days.
No, you
stay here.
You pitch a tent in the corridor and you're always here, yes.
Yeah.
Like a casino, we're on air 24 hours a day and somebody's always got to be here, and you pulled the short straw. Would you consider it the long straw?
It's a straw. It's probably the straw that's going to break my back.
Yeah, it's the last straw, that's right. 0500 1053 89. Here is a call in a comedy place called Dungannon. Is that right?
Hi. Hello, Nick.
Dungannon.
Dungannon, that's correct.
Okay.
Nick, it seems like the show has gone full circle there when you started about your problems trying to acquire a ticket from British Rail this morning, and now we're on to athletics. It's the linking thing being your difficulty with the encounter of the British Rail relay team when they passed one thing from another.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just to say, enjoy the show. Thank you.
Oh. It was some comic material. Can we have a few fewer comedians on the program? So what do you think? I should do this top 10 signs you're having problems with your Amish teenager, despite the fact that nobody in this country has ever heard of what an Amish person is?
Well, there's a fax here.
Wait a minute. Pop-up Pete says he's never heard of him. A sick boy, Emetic Andy, he's never heard. Dale, have you ever heard of of an Amish person?
No.
Oh, he hasn't got headphones on, so we don't know.
There's not enough headphones. They're all busted.
They are?
Yeah, this place is like working at a really bad place, but where nothing works. That's true. The microphones don't work. The engineers have changed all the faders around so we don't know where anything is. Things are supposed to be played on one channel are played on 15 different channels, or 15 things are on one channel, and none of the headphones work.
Good grief. Can we re-record that too?
Oh, see, none of this was my department. All this was done before I showed. So blame Kev.
It's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, nothing's my fault.
So have you finished whining yet?
I wasn't whining. I was merely explaining why the show was falling down around our ears.
Yes, and that was the longest resignation address I've ever heard. Here's one in... by the way, Andy, you said that you were going to put a lot of Bill Clinton stuff on this, on like hotkeys.
Yeah, it's there.
Where?
It's on the Clintonator page.
Where's that?
That's interesting.
There ain't no Clintonator page. Do you have to maybe update the...
I did update it. I shall rush and do it in about 2 seconds' time.
So you worked on that and worked on it and worked on it, and we come to find it, and hello, it's not there?
Son of a bitch!
That's what I thought. Could you please control yourself, mate? Before 9 o'clock. I hate it when you swear like that. In fact...
Well, I'm pissed off!
Exactly. 0500 1053 89 free one. Here's one in Cheshire.
Hello, Nick. It's Martin here. Just to let you know, one of my nieces was actually in the States last year driving around, and she was in the Amish sort of community side. She sent us a postcard from the town called, wait for this, Intercourse, which is right in the middle of the Amish belt. Yeah, town called Intercourse.
In which state was this?
I can't remember which state it was. They say it was about 12 months ago she was there.
Is it anywhere near Butte, Montana?
It could well be.
Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. Got any more comedy names for us there, Mike? You genius of North American culture, you?
No. Believe it, yes, I do. Actually.
Oh, really?
I'll whisper it in your ear, and you decide whether or not you want to say it.
No, wait a minute. You're supposed to be the person that's in control. I'm an out of... Do you not know my history? I am out of control. I am the most...
I was warned about you.
Yeah.
Actually. Well, actually, I think we can say it because it is an actual town in Ontario. It's spelled D-I-L-D-O.
Excuse me?
It's true.
It's spelled
D-I-L-D-O.
Go home, you little dildo!
That's the way. That's the one.
Do you want to dump that?
No. It's an actual town. Anybody with an atlas, a big atlas, will be able to look up Ontario in Canada and find that there is a town. Not a very big population, as you can imagine.
Mm-hmm. But because people would want to leave, rather than put that on their return address.
Yeah. That's true, though.
And it's called... And it's spelt...
D-I-L-D-O.
What?
That's the one. D-I-L-D-O.
What?
What fun I have, at work. Let's go screenless just for a little while and see what happens. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you're on the air.
Hello?
Say hello. Hello. Okay, like I said, say hello one more time and you'll be gone. Here's another one. Hello? You're on the air.
Hello, could you tell Mike Hansen I love his evening sandwich? Shame about the filling.
Do you have any idea what that means?
No.
You have a stalker and slasher. She loves your evening sandwich. Shame about the filling.
Sounded rather old.
What an offensive thing to say. She sounded rather old.
Well, didn't she sound older to you?
Well, so what? Do you have a thing? You have do old people offend your eye? Is that what you're saying?
No, but if I'm going to have fans, I have a preference that they're younger, close to my age.
I think that you shouldn't be choosy. Here's another one. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Oh, gosh, that was quick. Is that Nick?
Yes, it is.
I just wanted to phone. This is a long time coming, this phone call, so I thought I'd better make it. My son phoned you, it was sometime last year, but he was only 4. If you remember, you was giving away those prizes.
Oh, don't tell me it's a complaint you haven't received your prize.
No, not at all. You gave him a Star Wars pen.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. They were great. He's broken it and he wants another one.
No.
He stabbed himself in the hand and he wants to sue me.
No, he took it to hospital with him. He had to go in hospital for a while.
Well, he swallowed it?
No. He took it. He goes to sleep with this pen. He loves this pen.
Oh.
When he went into hospital, he kept playing with it, and he kept on pressing the one button, let the Wookiee win, let the Wookiee win, let the Wookiee win, constantly. And I said, to my husband, I said, when we get home tonight, I'm going to make a point of phoning and saying thank you. And I'm sorry it's a long time coming.
Well, that's just a lovely thing for you to have done.
Well, he's 4 years old, and you made his day. When that came through the post and he opened it, he hasn't put it down since, and he's still got it today. So thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
What a lovely thought. 0500 1053 89. Now I feel that I really am achieving unity with my ideal demographic. We're appealing to 4-year-olds. Blind. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's nothing childish about this show. Here's another one. We're going screenless at the moment because Sick Boy seems to have taken an absence without leave. Here's one, whoever they may be.
We are the people's front of Judea.
Do you not know what that means, Mike? The People's Front of Judea? It's a Monty Python reference.
Is it?
Yes, sir. You're on the air. Sir, Madam It.
Hello, Nick.
Hello.
You're talking about Amish people.
Yeah.
Do you know Weird Al Yankovic?
Weird Al Yankovic, yeah.
Yeah, he wrote a song about Amish people to the tune of Gangster's Paradise.
You remember any of the lyrics?
I've got it with me. Do you want to hear a bit of it?
Sure, yes. Why not?
Okay, here goes.
I walk through the valley where I harvest my grain. I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain. But that's just perfect for an Amish like me, who know I shun fancy things like electricity. At 4:30 in the morning I'm milking cows. Jebediah feeds the chickens and Jacob plows. Fool, and I've been milking and plowing so long that even Ezekiel thinks that my mind is gone. I'm a man of the land, I'm into discipline. Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin. But if I finish all of my chores and you finish thine, then tonight we're gonna party like it's 1699. We've been spending most of our lives living in an Amish paradise. I turned butter once or twice, living in an Amish paradise.
Okay, that was beautiful. Now I think we all have a fair idea of what Amish people are like. Thanks a lot, mate. That was still going. If I come back into 3 days, he'll probably still be playing the same thing on, repeat. He's just left his CD on repeat, and he's walked away.
No, I'm here now, Nick. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That was beautiful. Thanks a lot, mate.
Okay.
0500 1053 89. So maybe I should do this. Now we have an idea of what Amish people are like. Maybe I should do this top 10 signs you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. Would you like to hear that right now?
I'm dying to hear it.
Of course, I'll need a drum roll.
I think we can arrange at least that.
Okay, but not now.
Okay.
Later. Of course, we also have that story about Tarzan. You think we're going to be able to do that on the air?
Yes.
I've checked with you beforehand, and so it's your call.
Yeah.
If they're going to fire anybody, it'll be yo ass.
Well, you've already set the precedent, so.
I find that very offensive, actually.
Why?
I've already set the precedent. What, for being fired, you mean?
No, for saying.
How dare you bring that
about.
back up? I've spent years trying to put that behind me, and
what?
suddenly you're bringing that episode of my life back up on my own show. A pox on you, and everyone who sails upon you.
You're becoming paranoid.
Here's one in Birmingham. Hello, Jim, John.
Hello.
Can I call you Jeff for the purpose of this call?
Yar blackos.
What?
Big bolshy yarballs here. To you and thine.
Right, okay, whatever. Blimey. Shall I go screenless again, or is Andy up to speed? It doesn't appear so. So maybe I should do the top 10 signs. You're having problems with your Amish.
People are faxing in and asking, or demanding, that you get on the list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it says, I know what Amish people are. Pennsylvania Dutch. Now read the damn list, will you? Paul Schaefer and Mikey are both Canadian.
That's right.
So you're like a British David Letterman, I'm like another Paul Schaefer.
If only I had a tenth of his, if only I had a tenth of Paul Schaefer's money. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Never mind about the money that David Letterman earns, the money that Paul Schaefer must earn on that show. He must be a bazillionaire. For sure. And what a great job. If nobody's ever seen the David Letterman show, then I believe it's being shown on the Paramount Channel. God bless the Paramount Channel. If I had the Paramount Channel at home, I would never leave. I wouldn't come to do this. That's for a start. I would never leave the house. I mean, I watch so much TV as it is. If I had that, you might as well just rip my diary up because, hello, I'm not answering the phone. But they do the David Letterman show on, and you absolutely should watch that.
Well, I was told someone was going to tape it for you. Because I was hoping to borrow the tapes off you.
Yeah, well, uncreative Kev strikes again and said he was taping them. Of course, it's on every single stinking night, which would only... a 3-hour tape would get used up in 3 days, am I right?
Yeah.
Count them. That's 3 times 1 equals 3.
Yeah.
So, like 2 weeks later, nothing.
Well, I'm still waiting for the Simpsons he was going to tape for me about 3 years ago.
While he's away, and I don't want to keep talking about him because he's been fired, not coming back, but we should collect complaints about his behavior. And we've got many and various different complaints. Sick Boy has complaints, you have complaints, engineering hate him, people in sales can't stand him because he's forever walking past sales to get to his little comedy stall that he perches on at the end there.
Yeah.
Thank God that we did the show on Monday with the boss, and I slipped in surreptitiously a pleading request for the program director here to fire his ass while he's still away, because that's the best time to ask me, because I know that's the best time to get fired is when you're on holiday.
I haven't taken a holiday since 1947.
That's right, don't do it, because when you come back, not only have they changed the locks, but they've moved buildings. So it's 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. We're going to do top 10 signs that you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. Should we do that now while Sick Boy racks up some calls? Sure, why not? I'll need a drum roll. Top 10 signs you're having trouble with your Amish teenager, except I'm only doing 9 because one is too American. Can we start the drum roll again? Because I kind of screwed it all up. So
do all 10, because I'll explain the last one if it needs explaining.
Well, number 3 will need explaining.
Okay. I'll explain it. Should we start again?
Okay, on my cue. Top 10 signs you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. He sometimes stays in bed till after 6 a.m. Number 9, his sock drawer. Screwed it up again. Can we start again?
Yeah.
See, this is why David Letterman is on $14 million a year. It's because he doesn't screw up stuff like this.
No.
And that's why I'm on, 4 and 6 a show.
4 and 6.
You remember the old money? Yeah.
I haven't got a clue.
I actually get paid in old money, too.
Is that redeemable?
No, you can't spend it anywhere. They actually give me 4 and 6. They've got it stacked up. They found like a jar of the old money in the back of a wardrobe, and they say you're lucky to get this for the crap that you produce on this radio show. I have to fill the gap in between Peter and James, and, I just come on and spout rubbish. And that's what it's worth, 4 and 6 a show.
Sounds like a deal to me.
So, once more, with feeling. Top 10 signs now you're having trouble. This is a shameless David Letterman ripoff. Everybody does it, so why can't I? Top 10 signs you're having trouble with your Amish teenager. Number 10, he sometimes stays in bed until after 6 a.m. Number 9, in his sock drawer you find pictures of women without bonnets. Number 8, shows up at a barn raising in full Kiss makeup. Number 7, when you criticize him, he yells, "Thou suck." Number 6, his name is Jebediah, but goes by the name Jeb Daddy. Number 5, defiantly says, "If I had a radio, I'd listen to rap music." Number 4, you come across his secret stash of colourful socks. Number 3, which needs explaining, uses slang expression, "talk to the hand," because the beard ain't listening.
That's self-explanatory.
No, people don't use that expression over here. Number 2 was recently pulled over for driving under the influence of cottage cheese. And the number 1 sign you're having trouble with your Amish teenager, he's wearing his big black hat backwards. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. I think Andy had stopped work and was actually listening to that. You're not supposed to be enjoying this program. It's work, work, work where you are. So we're going to have to wait till he racks up some more calls. Good grief. How slow can you be? We've got 6 people working on this show. And absolutely nothing is being done. I'm even tealess at the moment. And now he's got a stroppy look on his face. Okay, Dale is going to go and make us some tea. And don't use the hot tap next time. Use a kettle.
Oh, don't confuse them.
And don't dip anything in it either. We've never met you before, but we do trust you to do this. You don't have to make tea for everybody. The hell with them. They can make their own teas. Just me. On this show, it's me. Okay, I'm having a serious problem with your work rate here, Andy. All 6 lines have been ringing forever. And so, what? Okay, I'm going to ask you now. I'm not going to slag you off or attack you in any way. Why haven't you answered any of these calls?
Okay, well, I'm right next to the microphone here. When the microphone's open, I can't answer the phone calls because you'll hear me and it'll interfere. And it'll be in the background.
So it's Mike's fault?
No, it's not all Mike's fault.
It's Mike Hanson's fault for keeping the mic open at all times. Is that what you're saying?
I don't keep it up. I only keep it open to respond to you.
Yes. But he's been responding to you for the last couple of minutes while you've been doing that Amish thing, so I can't really make much noise here.
But I was enjoying that, though. I had the laugh.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so I'm going to go screenless again because we don't have any of these calls racked up. I'm making the only person who's actually doing any work on this show redundant. Here's another one. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I am an Amish man, and I was thrown out of it for servicing a dusky...
Okay, here's another one. Hello.
Hello, yeah, got a few more things. The old, Arnish people. Hello, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the teenager's going wrong, yeah. When he asks you his date of birth... Yeah, it's a bit deep, that one. Right, when he introduces his boyfriend, whose name is Bill Gates Jr.,
what the hell are you talking about? Like, I know screenless is kind of like Russian roulette on the phones, but 2 in a row on the Nicky Abbott show? Blimey, here's another one. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're on the air.
Yeah, good evening to you. Amish boys.
Can you turn the radio down?
Yep, done.
There you go.
Yeah, problems with Amish teenagers?
Yeah.
When he refuses to grow a beard to look older to get into places.
Okay, can I request that I do it like it's a top 10 list, not like a top 15 list? Let me do the material, send it in to me. 0541 59 69 79 is the fax number, and the phone number here is 0500 1053 89. Here's the one. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Oh, right, it's Zach here from Kingsbury. I was just wondering if, those big adverts that you're putting up all over London, who does the thinking behind all that? Because I've seen Anna Rayburn, yeah. I've seen James Well, I like the Lorraine Kelly one, this beautiful woman's bottom.
Oh, good.
With a barcode on the bum.
Right.
And, but I haven't seen one of you.
Yeah?
No, well, I'm not one of the more important, talents on this station.
No, but what is it all about? Because when you're advertising talk radio, like, what's the one Lorraine Kelly? It's got Lorraine Kelly, then prostitution, and then this lady's bottom. What's it mean? Why is that going to make me tune to talk radio?
Are you saying it's more likely to make you take a cab to King's Cross? Is that what you mean?
Well, no, I'm outside Kingsbury Station at the moment in northwest London.
Well, you obviously didn't tell the cab driver clearly enough. It's King's Cross Station that you want to be outside. It's 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. No, I don't think I'm one of the more certainly not one of the more high-paid people on this station. I'm not one of the more important ones. They kind of stick me away in this sort of Siberia slot where everybody's watching TV, so that so that nobody accidentally comes across my show. Is that not right? Probably. And here's another one. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to speak to Nick, please.
You're speaking to him. Like I said, you're on the air.
Oh. Have you seen in the tube stations, down lifts and all that, there's like adverts and stuff. Have you ever seen those pictures? They're hilarious, man.
Which ones?
The ones down Green Park. I was down there today, and I was just...
Oh, blimey, he's away in a little world of his own. There was a little insight into his brain. It was like echoing in there. Yes, hello, there's another one. Speak or forever be gone. Hello?
Oh, right. I hate this... Oh, Jesus.
Mike, I've asked you before 1,000 times, please, can you restrain your kids from calling the show? Here's another one in Chelmsford. Hello, Barry.
Hello there.
Barry.
I think the vast majority of people in this country are sick and tired of continually being told the vast majority of people in this country are fed up with being sick and tired.
People are still reciting old Monty Python material. I cannot believe it. I mean, I didn't even want to be a DJ. I just wanted to be a lumberjack. We can all do that. Here's one in Bath. It's a person disturbingly called Wretchy.
Hello, Nick.
Wretchy. Is that really your name?
Oh, we've done this before. No, of course not. It was probably similar to Emetic Andy's nickname reasons. Hey, I have just had a curry, and a brilliant curry though.
Really?
So, oh no, listen to this. I thought you were just whinging about Monty Python stuff. I thought I'd take things slightly up-brow.
Upmarket.
Yeah.
Thank God for you.
Okay. Tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what a mortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry.
Okay, what is he talking about? Is he on? And how can we avoid it? 0500 1053 89 is a free call. We're going to go to a break, and we're going to set up a story about Tarzan who walks through the jungle and meets a lion that he's never seen before. Because you know how Tarzan is friendly with all the animals, and he kind of gets on with them and has a little chat. He's like Dr. Dolittle as was. Right? But he meets a lion that he's never met before, and they have a bit of a fight. So it's a little bit scary, it's a little bit racy. So you might, if you're under the age of 16 or 18, what do you think? Or 21? Should we go the whole
35.
If you're under the age of 35, that's right, then you should A, not be listening to this show, and B, you shouldn't have a show of your own. Is there anybody on the air here that's under the age of 35?
As a presenter?
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, Ian Collins, who's on at 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Tuesdays to Friday morning.
16 years old?
He's 17 and a half, as a matter of fact.
Is he 17 and a half? Of course, at that age, the half means, everything in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, and when you're measuring, too, you always include the half. 0500 1053 89.
Nick Abbot on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89.
That was good, Mike. I could have driven a bus through the gap. I was sitting in here thinking...
Son of a bitch!
Listen to that gap, I thought. You have control in there to dump anything that you like at any time.
Yeah, I can get rid of your mic and everything.
Mm-hmm. I can get rid of my own mic. I can do this all by myself. I don't need you to do it. Have I broken it yet? 0500 1053 89. Here's a spy report about an actual real celebrity. Hello, Pete.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Pete.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, Gordon Bennett, Pete. You called a radio station. What do you want to say?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I actually, you were talking about Paul Schaefer and Letterman earlier.
Yeah.
And saying that Paul Schaefer had loads of money. Well, I met Paul Schaefer about 2 years ago, when I was looking outside the Ed Sullivan Theatre, and he didn't look like he had loads of money to me.
Everybody I know that has loads of money does not look like they have loads of money.
No, I haven't had a conversation with him, and he didn't even sound like he had loads of money. He looked like he played a keyboard, though.
Yeah, well, don't let appearances deceive. I think the more money people have, the less it looks like they have money. It's people like me who have like a tiny amount of money, who dress up to make themselves look smart in order to fit in with the people who have huge amounts of money who don't care what they look like.
Well, I bet that guy, your man there, he's got loads of money because he sounds like he's got loads of money. I bet he has.
Who's that?
Your man there, the Canadian fellow.
The Canadian?
The Canadian fellow.
What is that thing that Canadians say over and over again that's really annoying? It's like, A? That's right. Okay, thanks a lot, mate. Did you actually speak to Paul Schaefer?
I did indeed, yes.
And what did you ask him, and what did he say?
I asked about what it's like to work on the show, and if he thinks Letterman is as really funny as he makes out he is on the show. And he said yes, he is funny, but he would say that, wouldn't he, I suppose?
Of course.
But no, they're all very nice there, and I sort of scared him a little bit, because I'm sort of quite a big bloke. And he was a bit taken aback when I jumped up and said, "I gotta have your autograph." You're lucky
you didn't get taken down in a hail of bullets, sir. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Here's one in London. Hello, Paul.
Alright.
Paul.
Yes. You still haven't sorted out the news reports yet, have you? We're still hearing nonsense about some teenager who didn't really want to be a Spice Girl but does want to be a Spice Girl. What's all that rubbish about? We should have votes. Before the news starts, come up with a subject matter. Then we ring in whether we want to hear about it. And if we don't, then we just don't have any news.
That's an excellent idea, Paul.
I think that's brilliant.
You're a genius.
Certainly am.
So you don't want to hear anything about the Spice Girls on this station ever again, is that right?
Nothing. No, and finally stories. Cut them out. We don't care what she wants to do or doesn't want to do.
I couldn't agree with you more, Paul. And finally...
Yo, tell me what I want, what I really, really want. Don't tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really wanna dig a dig.
I think we need that re-recorded as well. 0500 1053 89. Here's one from Kidderminster. I kid you not. Hello, Jason.
Hello, Nick.
Jason.
Yeah. You alright?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine.
I work for a radio station in Kidderminster. Hospital radio station.
You do?
And your creative talent. I just wonder if you could do me a couple of jingles.
Our creative
My jingles
talent?
are crap and pants at the moment. I want some top-class jingles.
Well, our creative talent is what we comically call our creative talent is away. That's Kev.
I'm so annoying.
Creative. A jingle. What would you like
Yeah,
to do?
some voiceovers with like crazy sound effects.
Well, is the tape running now?
It's mini discs running, yeah.
The tape is running on this.
Yeah.
But, the quality is going to be not broadcastable. But if it's only to, most of your audience probably has hearing problems.
Probably,
so
yeah.
It won't make any difference one way or the other. So, what's your full name? I should write.
Jason Adkins.
Jason?
Adkins.
Oh, you've got to change your name, Jason.
JC Babes, I'm known as.
JC Babes.
Yeah. Or Fat Bloke.
And when does your show go out?
Weekends, Saturday and Sunday morning breakfast show.
Okay, and the tape is running on this now?
Yeah, it's running.
And it's a hospital radio station
that you work
at? Okay. Everybody should listen to JC Babes. He'll be the death of you. You could use that. You could fit that in somewhere.
Definitely.
Listen to JC Babes on Saturday and catch him on Sunday too, if you're still alive.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How about listen to JC Babes? And what's the radio station called?
Kidderminster Hospital Radio.
You've got to change the name of the radio station.
I know.
Yeah. Kidderminster Hospital Radio.
That's it, yeah.
Do you have a jingle that goes Kidderminster Hospital Radio?
Sort of, yeah, but not...
Well, you do now.
Thanks.
KHR.
Yeah.
Kidderminster Hospital Radio. Well, can you give me a moment? I'll put you on hold.
Okay.
And we'll have our creative team in there who will come up with some jingles for him. You've got 5 seconds. Go on, there's 4 of you in there. All of whom have been educated to the best of this country's ability.
Right.
His name is JC Babe. I've done my bit.
Are we doing a singing one, or...?
No, you just have to come up with something funny for the bloke.
Listen to JC Babe. He's terminal.
Maybe. How do you feel about that, Jason?
It sounds brilliant, mate.
It sounds terminal to me too, yeah. Okay, any more? We're going to go around the table and embarrass everybody. Everybody should say what their name is, where they come from, and what is their favourite colour, and do a jingle for him. Okay, Dale looks keen.
JC Babes takes you to your graves.
Sick boy.
How about JC Babes, the kidder monster from Kidderminster?
Painful. Here's Pop-Up Pete.
Listen to JC Babes. He's on Kidderminster Hospital Radio.
I think that was without doubt the best so far, Jason. Yeah, use that and you'll go far.
Right, mate.
But not soon enough. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Of course, we're working up to that story about Tarzan, which I'm still not. I'm not 100% sure that we should actually do that. Perhaps we should leave it to Friday so we can broadcast it after 9 o'clock. What do you reckon?
Hey, I like that idea.
You like that idea?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Of course, we could use it leave it till next week, and we can broadcast it around about midnight because James Well is going on holiday, and I'm going to be doing an extended program, especially lengthened for this purpose.
Yes.
It'll be 8 until midnight.
That's crazy.
It is nuts, actually, considering what I do during the day. 8 until midnight. I'm going to need somebody in here to prop me up. Never mind about tea. I'm going to need, some...
Vitamins.
Yeah, something like that. Like in huge amounts for cans of Go. Is there a drink called Go?
Well, there is now.
There should be. Here's one in Milan. What? Oh, no, it's a person called Milan.
That's right.
In Swansea. Milan.
Yeah.
I've never before heard anybody called Milan.
Hello, Nick.
What kind of a name is that?
It's Yugoslav.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, it's Yugoslav, yeah. There was a King Milan at one time, but that's not me, obviously.
Okay, Milan.
Yeah, you talked about sport earlier on and the javelin and the running and all the rest of it. Exactly, you know, what you get out of it. Do they get any money for it, you know?
Well, money they get. Money, top athletes seem to have money in abundance.
They do, yeah.
But I just, it mystifies me as to why, because who would want to watch that stuff?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, boxing, I can understand why people want to watch boxing. I can understand why people want to watch or any team sport. That I can understand. Yeah. Because we're talking multi-skilled. Right. We're talking multi-skilled and working together as an organism and so on and so forth. So it's kind of like chess, but it's moving. So for sport events, like team events in sport, absolutely, yes. And multi-skilled things like gymnastics, yeah, I can understand that. But things like swimming, when it's just like back and forward and back and up and down, I don't get it, you know, and all track and field events, to me, are stupid things to spend your life doing.
The thing is, I'm living in Swansea, I'm living in Wales, okay? And you got rugby, you know, there's so much arguing and all the rest of it. I reckon they should all have a ball each, there'd be no arguments then. What do you think?
I think we've heard enough. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. We're going to go away in order to come back, and we will have the story about Tarzan. We've also got this thing which I should have actually used earlier on, but it's women are happier if the air that they breathe is laced with men's secretions. You want to hear about this?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm sure that we will as we return.
Nick Abbott.
You have got to talk to him. He'll listen to you.
So this is something that I should have read out earlier on. It says, and I'm not making this up, it's from the typeface, it looks like I pulled this out of the Telegraph. Women are happier if the air they breathe is laced with a substance produced by men, scientists have discovered. Women who inhaled an odorless substance derived from the male hormone testosterone ended up in a better mood than those that did not. Science says this. And I know feminists are not going to like this, but this is science we're talking about. The researchers studied androstadienone, something, which is produced naturally in men as their bodies break down the hormone testosterone. How do you make a hormone, by the way? Don't answer that question. The substance was wiped on the... Oh, this gets disgusting now. The substance was wiped on the upper lips of 40 women, and their moods monitored by getting them to fill in questionnaires. On one occasion, the liquid was doctored with the odorless substance. On the other, the liquid did not contain it. So in other words, they wiped some stuff on these women's lips. And in one case, it was full of you-know-what. And in another it wasn't, right, as a control experiment. And the moods of the women who were exposed to the substance who were not exposed to the substance, gradually declined as the experiment involving hours of form-filling progressed, while women who inhaled the substance remained happy.
Really?
That's right. So, it does sound, kind of vaguely... disgusting. Yes. But who can argue with happiness?
Happiness, happiness, the greatest gift that I possess. I thank the Lord that I've been blessed with more than my share of happiness.
Da-da-da-da, happiness. And one at the end. So, that's apropos of nothing at all. I just thought I should pass that information on. And I always carry a jar of my essence at all times. Comes in tremendously handy, don't you find?
Yes.
Is everybody feeling happy in there?
You're all happy.
You see, it's working.
Yes.
Here is one in Cornwall. Better get rid of these people because Tarzan's on his way. Hello, Andrew.
Oh, hi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to tell you a story, a very quick one.
Yeah.
Now, this thing, I got this, it's my jibber.
Yeah.
To tell you how I got it. It was on the streets, taking drugs, all the rest of it. And it got into prostitution. I found it. I took it back, I perked it up, took it to the doctors, and that's really good,
Yeah, what the hell's he talking about? My screen's just gone dead. I mean, I hate to break news to you, but it just went like it died. So tell me which other line that got lined up. Never mind about it. A couple of minutes to go. Just tell me just to tell me in words which line you've got lined up? Because I can't see
none of them now. Because the one just dropped off. So
oh, really?
Everything's falling apart.
Okay, and the screen that just went dead, I think it's Myth. He just entered the room and everything's screwed up. It's your fault, Myth. And he's accepting full responsibility. Incredible. It's like Wembley, it's like Euston Station in here. You're queuing up for train tickets. Look at this, there's a bazillion people through the glass there. So the screen that just went dead tells, it also has the information of what time I'm out.
Any time now would be fine.
Any time. we just flat out don't care. So I have a tale about Tarzan in the jungle, and to set that up for us, here's a little elephant music. So Tarzan is roaming through the jungle and comes upon a lion that he has never seen before, and neither of them will give way, and they have a colossal fight, and the lion wins. And Tarzan's arm has been pulled off, and his eye has been punctured, and his parts have been eviscerated. And so they take him to the hospital, and they replace his arm with a gorilla's arm. And they replace his eye with the eye of an eagle. And they replace his personal part with a baby elephant's